Good evening, Fernwood. It is your strange visitor from another neighborhood, Neil, and it's time for us to join the battle for truth, justice, and waxy yellow buildup with another episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. We're watching episode 271 from April 18th, 1977. Last week had some harrowing events happen, so let's get an overview. The fog of evil around the town of Fernwood, otherwise known as the Glorious Guardians of Good, is a white hate group led by Vernon Bales and Tex. Vernon and Tex have recruited most of the neighborhood into the group, though most of the members like Tom, Charlie, and George believe that they are in a social club. Vernon and Tex really want to frame Dewey, the janitor, for the explosion at the plant a few weeks ago, as well as another crime that we will talk about in a moment. However, Vernon and Police Chief Tex both know that Tex was responsible for the explosion and the other crime. And a further development there is that Texas carelessly got rid of the GGG notes that he stole from Howie, meaning that Dewey found them, and Dewey confronted Vernon about it, and Vernon's response was a menacing glare. Tom and Mary have had a stressful and tense week. Tom has been worried because of Vernon's lies about a black militant group in Fernwood, and his lies about the mad bomber, while Mary really just wants Tom to stay at home and stay calm. Tom is also wary of Mary's friendship with Dewey, and angry about Merle's interest in Mary. Merle came to visit Mary with an offer of a job working for him, and Heather told Tom that Merle was there, which set Tom off. Tom's rage has been heightening throughout the week, and he is looking to end the person responsible for the explosion as well as that other crime that we still haven't talked about. Next door at the Shumways, George is lonely at home without Martha, who has moved in with Kathy after being accused of kleptomania, but she's hesitant to move back in. Howie Freeze returned to Fernwood to leave some money for Kathy with Mary. Then he went to the Capri Lounge. Martha gave him a pep talk and almost stole his glasses, but then had a change of heart and declared herself cured of kleptomania. And as she was celebrating her newfound mental health, a blackface disguised Tex strangled Howie. That is the crime that I hadn't mentioned above. Martha held awake for Howie. Martha held awake and played a recording that Howie made when he first came to Fernwood, and Howie's first impressions of the people around him are really spot on. Wanda and Merle Jeter are finally free of their maid Lila, who they have discredited, and after Tex murdered Howie, he came back with the suitcase containing the funds of the stolen money from the telethon, which Tex stole to bribe Howie. Tex chases Lila off, so she leaves in a hurry, and when Tex asks for his reward for bringing back the telethon funds, they find that she took the wrong suitcase. Then later that week, Wanda found Mary Hartman's slip in Merle's cleaning. She has been jealous of Merle's interest in Mary, and she told him off and left. And when it comes to the Haggers, Loretta saw a Bigfoot, which leads us into last Friday's episode, which started with the Haggers enjoying dinner as Charlie tells Loretta that Vernon thinks that Dewey is the mad bomber. Loretta thinks that that is silly, and Charlie says that many of the members of the Glorious Guardians of Good don't believe it either. He also says that he has been worried about Tom, who has been running around on his patrols with a loaded pistol. Loretta leaves some salad out for the Bigfoot and then goes out back to find that Charlie's letter sweater is missing. They hear a noise at the door and open it to find a wild child eating their leavings. Loretta brings the child inside as Charlie gets a call from Vernon to go out to their raid. Charlie leaves Loretta with the feral child, and we can see that whatever has been watching Loretta, probably a Bigfoot, is still watching. George is trying to get comfortable in his lonely house when he hears a noise at the door. He gets his gun to defend himself from the monster, but he finds that it's only Mary and Heather. Mary is frantic that Tom has gone on the raid with the Glorious Guardians of Good. Then George gets his call from Vernon, and to keep George from joining the violence, Mary pulls the shotgun on him and Heather. She holds them there for a moment and then puts the gun down, and George reassures her that everything will be fine. But things are not so fine as Tom is out in the woods looking for the other members of the GGG, and he is joined by Vernon and Tex, who tell him that they are planning to burn down the arsenal in an unseen shack. Tom thinks that burning down the shack is a bad idea, and even more so when he sees a figure turn on a light inside. Tom yells to Tex to stop, but Vernon knocks him out with a flashlight, and after Tex gets back to Vernon, all we see are flames. And everyone, that was a really distressing and grievous week, so I think we can only just rip the Band-Aid off.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
Will you burn it? Come on, it's starting to burn the place down. Hey, come on, Texas! There's somebody in there! There's a human being in there!
Tom, it's too late. The wheel of decency has already started to turn.
What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Decency? We don't go around burning down places. This is not Salem. It's not a witch hunt. Come on, stop him! Texas!
Texas is going to save Fernwood!
What the hell are you talking about?
We are all going to save Fernwood!
Come on, Bernie, you gotta stop him!
Tom,
you guys are murdering
listen
somebody!
to me!
Yeah, what?
Ow, ow.
What the hell happened here?
Oh, Brother Hartman didn't behave just exactly as we thought he would.
But as for our old friend Dewey, GGG can mark this mission accomplished.
It's a lovely fire.
Man, we sure took care of that Dewey, didn't we? Oh boy, they're gonna be proud of us. I mean, we're giving them their very own hero, man, hometown, huh?
Shut up, you idiot. A hometown hero. Do you know why I had to knock him out? Because he was going to stop you from burning Dewey's shack.
Oh, I wonder why he was just kind of laying here unconscious like that.
Listen to me. When he saw you go over there with the flaming torch, well, he thought he saw someone in there and was going to try to stop you. I explained to him that there was no one there, but he wouldn't listen. God. I don't think Fernwood is completely committed to the GGG just yet.
What are we gonna do now?
Well, here we go again. You screw things up and I've got to straighten them out. Let me think a minute. Listen, you still have that whiskey?
Oh, that is a fantastic idea. I could really do with a pick-me-up.
Oh, it's not for you, imbecile.
Oh, it's right here in the coat. Wait a second. I get it. Get your hand out of there.
It's for a homegrown hero. Now listen, everybody in Fernwood knows he's a big boozer, so we'll just make him a little Martha Martini and hold the olives. Sprinkle on the chest, hold his head up. Hold your head up high and don't be afraid. Let's go.
What happened? What's going on? I thought you guys... Oh, you burned it. You burned it down. You did it. Didn't you hear me? I told you I saw a light in there. Didn't you understand? There's someone in there.
Oh, Tom, now don't panic. There was no one in there. Well, there was a man, but I saw him run away.
What do you mean? Oh, my God, I gotta save him.
Hey, George, over here. You coming? Yeah, I'm coming. I just stepped some possum puppy.
Get out of your moo-moo.
All right. Jeez, I hope I don't lose my badge for this.
Look at that trace.
Hey, Texas, burn! Have you? What's going on here, man? What happened?
What the hell's wrong with that house? It's burning.
Have you seen Tom? Mary called the house when I was leaving, and she said he ran out of there. He's all terrible upset, like it was his house on fire instead of this one here.
Poor Tom.
Oh, poor Tom.
What do you mean, poor Tom? He's not in there, is he?
Hey, I thought the plan was to wait I thought the plan was to wait till all of us got here before you did anything.
Well, that was the plan, but you see, Tom arrived and looking for the mad bomber who endangered George's life and Mary's life. And, well, I hate to say it, but I think he was drunk.
As a skunk.
Well, yes, but then, you see, when he discovered that we had Dewey cornered in there, and that Dewey was the one responsible for all the troubles, well, he just simply went out of his senses.
Charged the house with a flaming torch.
Yes, we, God knows, tried to stop him, to bring him back to his senses.
Didn't do no good.
See, the avenging arm of an angry husband is mightier than a mountain lion's mane.
And it really was Dewey.
And it's Dewey's house.
Yep, appears to be.
You know, the thing that really bothers me, though, well, even if Dewey were the mad bomber, Tom shouldn't have done something like that. Well, there are other ways. There's the law.
Oh, Lord, I can't believe this.
Well, it ain't a lie.
It's all right, Tex. Listen, however overeager Tom got, the GGG will stand behind him totally. We'll do everything we can to get him out of this mess.
Here comes, you know.
Chief? All right. At ease, Trask. You can report now.
We got a call at the station. Seems there's a house burning out here.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Where?
Well, that would appear to be the location, sir. What happened?
Oh, it was just one of those incidents. Accidents happen, you know.
What do you mean accident? It was no accident.
Tom, take it easy. Tom, there could have been people killed in there, you know?
Well, don't you think I don't know that? I know that.
You've been drinking.
Excuse me, Chief. I thought you'd want to know. A man died in that fire.
Oh, no. I knew it.
All right, enough fooling around. I want some answers. Man died here? Who's responsible for this? And who's been drinking?
I hate to point an accusing finger, but that's your drunk right over there.
Huh? Who?
The drunk with the torch. Look him.
All right, let's go. All right, here we go.
What are you doing? Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. What are you doing? You can't do anything. I mean, I didn't do nothing. Those guys did it.
You got a dime, Tom? He's gonna need a dime when he gets to the station.
Gonna need more than a dime.
Yeah, I hear you, Wanda. What'd you do? Forget your key out there? 1:30 in the morning, huh? I want to hear your story on this one. Can't wait to hear it, Wanda. Now, where you... Come on in. Hey, listen, hey, Mary, listen, you gotta forgive me for yelling at you like that. I thought you were my footloose wife there for a minute. Hey, what brings you over here at 1:30 in the morning?
Oh my God, it's at 1:30 in the morning. My God, I thought it was later than that. I've just been wandering the streets. I've just been hysterical. And I've been just like your wife. I've been hysterical and at wit's end. How is she?
She's, up and down. Hey, come here. Sit down. Just sit down here a minute, Mary. Hey, take it easy now. Why don't you start at the beginning and tell me your little story here? Hey, easy.
I think my marriage is over.
Mary, could I make you a screwdriver?
No, it's just that Tom just hasn't been acting himself lately. It's just that he's just been like at his wit's edge and everything. And tonight he did something he's never done before. He left me all alone, but he ran out of the house and he took his gun with him. He took his gun with him tonight.
He left with the gun?
Yeah.
Why?
He got a call from the GGG and he left. And I just know that something terrible is going to happen.
I tell you frankly, to me, the fellas in the GGG are a great bunch of guys, Mary. Hey, you want a martini? Oh, look, anyway, I don't have any idea why, Tom would go out in the middle of the night with a loaded gun. I certainly don't know, but I'll bet you anything that, hey, it's nothing to get upset about at all, really.
Pearl, I'm telling you, something terrible is going to happen. It's terrible.
Hey,
It's going to be terrible.
Oh, now take it easy. Take it easy.
Good
evening, Merle. Bereft at my absence, I see. Finding comfort in the inadequate arms of a hussy, are you?
Dot, how about some decorum here? It's just little Mary.
Oh, Wanda. Oh, I'm so sorry, Wanda. It's just little Mary.
Hello, little Mary. Merle no doubt told you about the rather heated discussion we had earlier.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't tell me at all. Did my name come up? Did my name come up in there?
Mary, dear, I was being sarcastic. A genre of wit I have developed into an art form.
Mary's a little bit upset because Tom went running off into the night with a loaded gun tonight.
Men whose wives hurl themselves at local politicians at 2 a.m. can be expected to carry guns.
Wanda.
Frankly, I'm not at all surprised.
I don't hurl myself at people.
Yeah, where have you been anyway, Wanda?
Well, Merle, you may recall that I stormed out of here in a huff earlier.
I do recall that, but where have you been?
Well, with Tom Hartman, perhaps.
Oh, thank God! Oh!
Mary, your attitude is neither hip nor liberated. I don't care what Cosmo tells you.
Look, Wanda, I mean, if you're with him, I just want to know about him. I mean, I'm really worried about him. He's carrying a gun.
Mary, you're not kidding, are you?
Look at her. She's a mess here.
Thank you, Merle.
Get it together now. Come on, take it easy. This is your mayor speaking. Hey, Lieutenant Trask, what's happening? Happens to be about my best friend. Why? What? Right, yeah. Well, listen, yeah. Hey, listen. Thanks for calling, Lieutenant. I really appreciate that. Okay. It's Tom.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I knew it. What happened? He's hurt, isn't he? I knew it. He's dead, isn't he?
It's nothing like that. He's completely unharmed, believe me.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God I was wrong.
He's down at the police station. They're charging him with murder.
Get the light. What's the matter? Mac? What's the matter? Are you okay?
Oh, I'll bet it was a nightmare. I had so much trouble going to sleep myself, worrying about having bad dreams and the mad bombers and you know the Bigfoot is still roaming loose.
Oh, it's just this dang foot. I do truly love Charlie Haggers, but I think a bear trap on the front porch is a bit much. Welcome, Matt, would have sufficed.
Oh, it is so tragic to see your macho fail you. Does it feel like a big butcher knife has been stuck into your leg and twisted
Ma,
around?
stop it. My leg's starting to hurt.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry I woke you guys up. If you just get me a big piece of wood to bite on, you know, y'all could go on back to sleep.
Mac, I don't think we have any wood or aspirin, but wait, Ma, there's some Midol. Why don't you get some Midol?
Midol, that's women's stuff, ain't it?
Oh, that's wonderful stuff, Mac.
Yeah.
And you won't have that bloated feeling for long either.
No, Midol. Now, I don't want nothing that might affect my manly glands. You know what I mean?
Look, Mac, I can't stand people in pain who keep me awake, so I'm going to go to an all-night drugstore and get you something.
Oh, now, wait just a minute there, Kathy. Now, that's just exactly what we talked about before I moved in here, so I could stay off of this leg here. I said, sure, I'll move in with you, as long as I don't put you out none. I don't want you going to no drugstore.
But, sweetheart, I can't stand listening to your moaning. Now, I'll be back soon. Bye, Howie. See you later.
Boy, Boy, she is one hell of a woman.
Now, in the meantime, we are going to make you just as comfy as possible. Get over here on the bed, Mac.
No, I'm fine right here, Miss Shumway.
Now, you listen to me, Max Slattery. I was a gray lady at the Fernwood Hospital, so I know what I am talking about. Come on, I'll help you. Now, just take it easy.
Oh, easy, easy.
You don't hit that foot again. Now, just come right on over here, because
I'm okay over there.
I know certain methods that are going to help you. Just lie right down there.
Oh, all right.
Now, you know what is important?
What?
To keep the injured appendage above your head.
Oh!
Oh. Well, maybe it was to keep your head between your knees.
Oh, Miss Shumway, I don't think I can do that.
No, I think it was to keep the injured appendage between your knees.
Easy, easy.
Well, or maybe it was to keep the head over your knees. But really, Mac, we should keep trying until we find something that really feels good.
Martha, something terrible has happened. Tom's been arrested and he... Oh, Max Slattery, you are a disgusting, insatiable beast. First you molest my daughter, now you molest my wife. What are you, some kind of a bionic rabbit?
Oh, George, don't be silly. This compromising pose is purely medicinal.
She's just trying to help me with my sore leg here, George.
Oh, yeah? Then why did you get rid of Kathy? Is making Whoopi approved by the AMA?
Oh, stop it, George. What are you doing here anyway?
Tom Hartman has been arrested for murder. Now, I want to know why Mac is here in the middle of the night and Kathy isn't.
What? Tom in jail? Oh, for murder?
Must be some mistake, George.
What do you think you are, Martha? A stewardess or something?
Oh, poor Tom.
How did it happen?
How did it happen? Good question.
Oh, I think I am going to faint. Oh!
Oh, will you stop that physical contact? Have you no shame?
I don't believe Tom Hartman would kill anybody.
I can't believe it myself.
Oh, to think, my very own son-in-law locked up in the slammer for knocking someone off.
They said he got boozed up, went off his rocker, went out and killed the guy that blew the plant up. I always knew his rotten temper would get him in trouble sometime.
It's true. George has always said that. Oh, I never dreamed that we'd have a murderer in the family. This is just the sort of thing that happens to other people. Like Jack the Ripper's mother-in-law, or the Boston Stranglers, or Pat Gimbel's. Oh, poor Tom. Poor Mary. Oh, I feel just like the night I did when Grandpa was found out to be the Fernwood Flasher. Only I must say, this is a lot less embarrassing.
Can't you understand nothing, boy? I am your buddy. Hell, we's GGG brothers, ain't we? Now, I'm just trying to fix it so that we can keep you out of the hole and so you won't lose your visitors' rights here.
Visitors? What visitors?
Yes. Well, you got one outside right now. Just hold on there. Come over here.
Oh, Tom, Mary.
Mary.
Oh, Tom.
Mary.
Oh, Tom. Oh, Tom.
Mary, listen to me. Listen. Something terrible's happening. Something awful's happening right here. I mean, listen, Mary, I didn't kill anyone.
I know.
Yeah.
Tom.
What?
Come here.
What?
Come here.
What? What?
Does this jail have a, happy hour?
No.
Oh, no, Tom, you started drinking again.
No, Mary, I wasn't drinking. I was knocked out. I mean, I couldn't be drinking. They must have, I can smell it. They must have poured it all over me while I was knocked out. They must have.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm really scared.
Okay, calm down. Now, listen, here's what we got to do. Something awful's happening right here. It's happening right here in Fernwood, right under our very own noses. Now, I'll tell you what we got to do. We got to stop this. Now, I want Merle Jeter down here. Now, get him right away. I know it's late, but get him down here because...
It's late, Tom. But I've always believed that the mayor's office should never be closed.
Merle, how'd you get here so fast?
Well, it's just that we just happened to be together, at the time of the call, when he received the call that you were in the jail, so it seemed only natural, that we come down together. Now, we thought of coming separately. We did think of actually coming separately, and then, we were just walking separately, and then we thought of another alternative. We had another alternative plan, which was that we'd come together. I would wait at Denny's across the street for 5 minutes, and then I'd come in, by myself separate later, so it wouldn't look funny. But then I looked down and I saw that, we weren't wearing any clothes.
Well, jammies.
Well, so our jammies. So we decided that, we'd come as a couple. Now, look, Tom, I know there are a lot of questions you could ask now, but believe me, I could explain anything you could ask now, anything at all.
Yeah, well, let me do that, Mary. Look, Tom, let me assure you right here and now that nothing, and I mean nothing, went on between your wife and me, okay? But I would like to move on to something a little more important here. You got to tell me who did commit this heinous crime that's got you wrongly incarcerated in this
Well,
joint.
I'll tell you who did it. It wasn't me. It was Vernon in Texas set fire to that house. I saw him with my own eyes.
See, he saw it. He saw it. Did you see it?
Yes.
Wait, just wait a minute, both of you, okay? And we got a little problem here. It's
what?
Not a major one, but it's a problem. You got to remember that Vernon Bales is the plant manager, and Texas is the chief of police.
So what? I don't care about that. Hell, the law applies the same to everybody, right?
I do play poker with the judge every Tuesday night. Now, I don't see any reason why I can't just throw a couple of hands intentionally, and then at the same time, I'll say some few words on your
No,
behalf.
I don't want that. I don't want that, Merle. No, I don't want that. I don't want any help from a damn person who's out with my damn wife. You understand that? And you're both in your damn jammies, right?
No, Tom.
Right in the middle of the damn night. Now, I don't want that.
No, Tom, now, please stop shouting now. This couldn't be helped. It was an emergency.
I got to understand something here. I understand why you're a little testy here. I don't blame you for that.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you two something right now. I'm innocent. I didn't kill any damn person. You understand that? You're damn right I'm right. And I'm going to personally see to it that the people who did kill Dewey, they pay for it.
Dewey? Dewey's dead? Oh, Tom. Dewey's dead? You killed Dewey?
Oh, Mary.
This is a mess. And we start this episode this week right on the heels of last Friday after Vernon knocked Tom out, and it's awful. They have whiskey on hand and are specifically intending to frame Tom for the murder that happened. And at first I wasn't sure because the police officer who reported on the dead person didn't state who died. So I thought maybe there was a chance that Dewey would survive, but at the end of the episode, we know. And that's really awful and sad. It's awful and sad before that, but also I'm a bit speechless about it. So let me talk about a different subject, which is Merle getting woken up in the middle of the night by Mary. She is frantic as she was just at the end of last week because Tom has gone out. And for me, what made it worse is that she came to the one person that Tom would hate for her to see most. And it really felt like desperation. Now, Mary has put up some walls against Merle, personal walls, right? She also is still friendly with him, enough that she was considering the job that he offered her last week. Then Wanda comes home and takes it completely the wrong way. I don't know why Wanda said that she was with Tom Hartman. I'm a little bit confused about that because there's no evidence that we have seen that they crossed paths. However, Wanda is on board eventually when she sees Mary's emotional state. And then there's the call from Lieutenant Trask, who we haven't seen in ages. I want to say it feels like it must have been season 1 when we last saw Lieutenant Trask. But they get that bad news that Tom is in jail and accused of murder. And then we get over to the apartment, and now it's confirmed that Mac has moved in. That might have happened just before he got his foot stuck in that bear trap. But since Martha is staying there, Mac is sleeping on the couch and his leg is in agony. And I know it's a fictional injury, but that was really painful to watch, because watching Martha try to put the foot in traction by hand was a bit awkward. And Kathy has gone off to find some painkillers. I think it was funny that they offered him Midol. I don't know if Midol would help in the case of this kind of injury. I don't really know what's in Midol. However, while Kathy is away and Martha is trying to help give relief to Mac, she ends up in a compromising position while George comes over to share the news of Tom being arrested. And no one there believes that Tom is capable of murder. Now, mind you, last week he was certainly threatening to end the life of the person who was responsible for the bombing and the murder of Howie, and he had been running around with that gun. So it doesn't look good for Tom. I mean, we know that it doesn't look good for Tom, but no one in that place believes that Tom is responsible for the murder. And then speaking of Tom, Tex leaves him in jail, pledging his GGG fidelity, right? That Tom is going to be backed up by the GGG, which is clearly not the case. And then gets visited by Mary. And Mary and Tom have a loving reunion, I think, for once. Like the last couple of weeks have felt like tension. And there's love, but there's so many complicated, hurtful feelings in this relationship. Tom expresses that he didn't murder anyone. He expresses to Merle, when Merle gets there, that it was Tex and Vernon. Merle realizes exactly how hard a fight they're going to have right now. And as well, Merle and Mary have shown up in their pajamas after having been together when they got the call, and that really is going to seem pretty awful in Tom's mind, because Tom was suspicious of Merle and Mary, and Mary never stated last week that she and Merle have never slept together. Now, Merle does have some interest that has been unclarified about Mary, right? He may be sexually interested in her. He certainly did kiss her once. There have been really unspoken tensions between them, but Tom is mortified and will not take Merle's offer of a sleazy deal to get him out of jail. He wants justice. He wants Vernon and Tex to take the fall for this thing that they have done, which is confirmed the death of Dewey. And it seems awful to me that, first of all, it seemed awful that Dewey was the only black man in Fernwood that we have seen, and he lived in a shack, and now he's dead. So it's awful that we lose this person, but also awful that the one black character in the show gets killed off, which is sort of not exactly the same issue, right? So it's awful that we are losing a character who was a force for good, because Dewey was the one person who had access to Howie's research. And also awful because we just have a disposable black character. We end the episode with Mary realizing that Dewey is dead, and that hits her hard, and she has just an ounce of something in her brain saying that Tom killed Dewey. And this is awful. So everyone, thank you so much for watching with me. Thank you so much for leaving your thoughts, feelings, and impressions down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining the never-ending battle for truth, justice, and waxy yellow build-up. And we will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.